Okay, so I'm trying to show everyone how we would be working at translation level. So the first chapter that we want to explain is how the translation would work for word letters. Okay, so you can see that any of those letters have been defined at the word level. And the word letters are meant to be literally translated because when we work at the word level, we want to translate a language in such a way that the letter can be usable by any country using that language. So if we take, for example, German is being used in Austria and Germany, in Switzerland and in Belgium, and whatever we translate to German at a word level would be reused in all those four countries. So what we want to make sure is that we do respect the country agnostic aspect of the word letters. In such a regard, what we would want to do from a translator point of view is to just translate the letters as they stand and not localize them. When we are saying not localize a letter, what we're saying is we do not wish to make those letters to be specific for a given country. That would be done in a secondary step that we would be explaining in another chapter. For the time being, what we want to see is how do we take care of word letters and how do we translate word letters. So the first thing to do is to be with a translator profile. You can see here at the top, I'm a translator at a word level. And here within the location, very, very important, you need to be placed at the word level. Okay? So what you would do there at the word level, you would see all the word letters and you will start translating the word letters. So how do we translate word letters? It's pretty simple. Let's take the first one. I'll take the first letter. And I can say edit and translate. I click on edit and translate. And let's take the example of Italian as a language that I want to translate. I can see here whether the language is available or not. I can see that Italian is not available. I'm still at the word level. I can see here as well that I'm on the word level. So I need to translate to Italian. How do I do that? I go to the second tab where I've got my English and my translation. So here I would see how the English has been built. So it's been built with variables, as we call them, so blocks of information that we're going to reuse across letters. So no need to dwell with this at this moment in time. In that presentation, we will explain that in another video, like step 2 or step 3 of the training. So for that step 1, all we want to do is just translate those letters without really having to understand how they're being built. So here I've got my English letter, I've got my French, my German, my Spanish translation. If I want to translate to Italian, all I need to do is just click on Add Letter Translation, look for my language, Italian. I click on Italian, I give it a name, so name in Italian, okay, and then I give it a description in Italian, okay, and now you see that Calm has automatically copied and pasted the variable, so you don't need to do anything else. Very important not to modify a variable, just leave it as it stands, and you just need to save. You save, you click on update, you save, and now you have Italian available. So now you turn to Italian, and as you would see here, it says no translation, either no translation or RT translation for letterhead at word for Italian. Okay, and it says the same for all the different variables. If we go below, we can see same thing, no translation for letterhead, no translation for greeting. So now that you're in Italian, you can see here at the top part that you're in Italian. You can see here that you're in Italian, so the language is in Italian. So all you need to do now is just click on the edit icon, okay, and you will open the variable. You have it in Italian, so Vipassana meditation in Italian, okay, and the same translation in Italian. I don't know how to translate it to Italian, so I don't show it here. I don't do it, but basically here, what a translator would do is translate it to Italian. The first part of the translation is for male addressees, so for male students. If ever you need to translate that same variable for female, because grammatically in your own language it would be different the way you would write that specific variable for female as you would for male, you would just copy this, okay, and you paste it in the female block, and you would have it on adjust to Italian for Italian female. Once you've done that, you just click on update. Okay, and now you see you have your block translated. Okay, so that block is still at the word level, it's still a word block, but now you can see that this block has been translated. And you go with the next one, you go to the next block, you keep on editing, next block. Okay, you have it in Italian, say in Italian, okay, same thing if you want to do it in different for the females, maybe you want to do it here. If you don't need to do it differently for females, you don't need to fill in the female block. By default, it would reuse the male block in case you don't need it, so you don't have to do this, okay? So then you translate, all right? There is something I haven't done right. So here what it will do, it will validate that, okay, I think this is it. It will validate properly configuring the letters. So, sorry, one of those demo effects. Let me type it here and now it would work, I think. Okay. So basically, I've translated to Italian my second block, okay? And you can see that that second block at the moment doesn't have any space, so maybe sometime what you need to do is go back into the variable now, okay, and just adjust your variable as you need it. So you just enter a space because you need a space, and you do the same thing for female. And now you would have a proper formatting. So you have now a space within that letter. And you keep on doing this for each and every variable. You keep on doing it for the next one until all your Italian variables have been in Italian. Okay, I keep a space. I don't want to copy and paste because let's say that for female I don't need to make it specific. Let's say I can reuse the male block because grammatically I don't need to modify that block, and now I've got my sub block done. Let's do my fourth block. So once again, it's very important that we don't localize this. We just want to make sure that you literally translate what we have at the word level, what we've provided in English. Just make sure you don't make it specific for any given country. That will take place in a second step. Okay, so we translate third block, fourth block, and you know how it works. Let's do it quickly so that we can move on to another part of the demo. In Italian. Okay. So you translate all this. And the last one, so that's a good example of where I say that you need to translate literally. You see here we're saying just change your footer. That would be a second step where we say, okay, at the word level, we can't know what is the contact information for a given venue or given country, so we just leave it very generic. We still have a placeholder, but then in the second step at the local level, you will be able to overwrite that information and localize that information. Okay, so at the word level, just leave it generic. Okay, I've translated all my letter. You can see that now it's all good. It's all translated. I've got all my variables in Italian. You can see here, this is what I've been adding in Italian, everywhere. Okay, and now let's say I've got my Italian translation, and my letter is ready. So once I've done my letter, I just go back to the other variables, the other letters, sorry, and then I start with my second letter. I go to my second letter. I open my second letter. I do the same. I don't have Italian here. I've got other languages, but not Italian. I go here. I add Italian. Okay. Oh, I add my name in Italian. Description in Italian. Okay, I've got my blocks, so I don't really need to modify anything else. I update my message, and then I will have my second letter available in Italian. Okay, and you will see that all the blocks that I've already translated in the first letter, they're already available. You can see here it's already available because I reuse the same block from the first letter. This is available, this is available. Actually, if I look here, there's only one block that is not translated. It's the third block. Everything else has already been translated. Sorry. So now what we need to do is just click on that icon. Translate that icon into Italian, and you're good to go. And basically, we've shown you how to translate word letters using a translator profile into a given language. Hope it's been useful.